Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, December 1st, 2020. I'm Karen Bodenschatz, and I serve as Associate Pastor at First Lutheran Church in Onalaska, Wisconsin, and this is my morning musing for today. Now, I've been thinking a lot about culture, and I've also been thinking a lot about Giving Tuesday. And so I'm going to talk about today the predominant culture that is around me, which is of Norwegian heritage. That is the ethnic group that a lot of people around here are part of. I am not. So I'm going to talk about my experience with one particular part of this Norwegian culture to help so you can see kind of where my thought is when I talk about cultural racism and anti-racism. This is just an example from my life. It is not an indictment against people of Norwegian heritage. And so I wanted to say that first. I love the people I live with and serve. And these are simply my experiences, especially around a certain food. So I just wanted to give that caveat before I got started. Ibram Kendi defines a cultural racist as one who is creating a cultural standard and imposing cultural hierarchy among racial groups, and a cultural anti-racist as one who rejects a cultural standard and equalizes cultural differences among racial groups. So when I think of lefse, that delicious Norwegian flatbread or tortilla, that's my culture coming in there. I think of culture. I think of the rich traditions that surround the making of lefse by those of Norwegian descent, especially around Christmas, and the absolute pride that surrounds the final product and their secret recipe. There have been arguments that I have been a witness to as to what is the correct way to make lefse, and every family believes their way is the correct way. It's quite fascinating. I also, when I think of lefse, think of all the different flatbreads that exist in the world and the ones that I have had the privilege of tasting, which are many. It's one of the things I taste when I go to a new country. And none are better than the others. They are simply an expression of an ethnic group. And yet I have sat in endless groups of people who have clearly created a hierarchy with lefse as the best. Also tortillas in the Southern California world. And I have been in groups where they've gone so far as to imply that anyone outside of the Norwegian ethnic group were inferior and unable to make lefse. Now, I'm not saying that Norwegians shouldn't be proud of their lefse. It's delicious. However, there is a line to be crossed when we begin to assume a hierarchy. That's what Kendi is talking about. And we all do it because culture goes deep into our souls and we defend it with our very selves. However, my culture that blends German and Irish and English heritage mixed with a little Southern and East Coast flavor, heavily influenced by Southern California vibes, is no better than any other. In fact, it's only made richer by other cultures. So on this Giving Tuesday, I've been thinking a lot about the cultural centers that I know of across our country and across the world that help ethnic groups not only express their culture, but help to educate those outside of that culture, like you and me, on the richness that their culture has to offer this world. Today is the day to be generous. After grabbing up all the good deals of the weekend on all the things that we've wanted to purchase, today is the day to say with equal fervor and dollars, here is what else is important to me. So for me, that is raising up different cultures. So I hope you join me today and consider in what ways you may support different ethnic groups this Giving Tuesday. And maybe we can move one more step closer to appreciating all cultures and inviting all people in to those different cultures. Dear ones, be well, be kind, for Christ is with you.